Commissioner Saul-Sena has actually been able to join us, so we're going to ask her a couple of questions first. So you guys come on up.
Thank you for the invitation to be here, and thank you for the upgrade. I'm not a commissioner yet, but I'm running for one. My name is Linda Saul-Sena, and I am running countywide for the Board of County Commissioners for an open seat. So anyone who lives in Hillsborough County can vote in this election. I was born and grew up here. I think it's a very beautiful place to live, but I felt that the local elected officials were making very limited decisions, very poor decisions. I came back after college and worked at the Planning Commission as an urban planner. I wrote zoning recommendations, land use plans, transportation ideas. And after doing that and seeing how the elected officials were faring, I decided to run for public office. I ran citywide for Tampa City Council, and I've served 5 four-year terms, 4 of them citywide, one in South Tampa. The reason that I'm running for this county commission race is because Hillsborough County Commission makes decisions about land use, they determine spending on social policies, and they make transportation decisions. In all of these areas, we've seen a lack of leadership, mediocre decisions, and it's a fabulous opportunity to change things. 5 of the 7 county commission seats are up for grabs, and this is a great time to make us, A, cooperate between the city and the county, B, become so much more enlightened in terms of how we attract jobs through international trade, through supporting our educational institutions, through protecting our environment rather than exploiting it, and making smart transportation decisions. So I look forward to your questions. I want you to get engaged in my campaign. I believe that this community has great bones. We've made some less than inspired decisions. But as a county commissioner, I promise you, I will help us evolve into the place that we can be. We have great potential. And thank you all for being here tonight. So, questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, we've actually got questions right
now. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Can I just...
There you go. If you want to go ahead.
Ah, there. Yeah. Much better, much better. I feel like the Putnam County spelling bee.
Okay, so our first question. There seems to be a problem as of late with ethics in the county government.
Yes.
Are there any ideas you have to restore any lost faith in our government?
Yes, elect better people, for starters. And transparency is key. There are as I have run, people have come to me with stories of mediocre employees being kept on because they were being sort of sheltered or protected by existing county commissioners. We need to create an atmosphere of openness so that these things can come to light and we can clean house, so that sort of the residual nepotism gets cut out. The other opportunity is to really make clear where people are getting their campaign funds from and what kinds of votes they're taking. And I encourage you all to look. You can go online on the Supervisor of Elections website and see who gives money to whom. It is fascinating. And see who just gets $500 checks from developers, and see who gets smaller amounts from real people.
Hillsborough County has a fairly active GLBT community, but many in the community don't feel as though they are truly welcome in the county. Is there anything you would do to change this?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. Working as a city council member together with Jan Platt as a county commissioner, I got the first human rights ordinance passed, and it still exists in the city. Thank you. And the county, about 6 years ago, when my opponent was there, undid it. They decided they didn't need to protect human rights. And if you all remember one of the storms and the flap about what's shown in the libraries, well, when I'm elected, I'm the 4th smart vote, and we will change the county policy. We will again have a human rights policy in our county. Oh, by the way, I'm being honored by Equality Florida. at the beginning of next month for my consistent record in supporting the GLBT community.
Next question. There's been much talk about bringing light rail and other public transportation options to Hillsborough County. Is this something you support?
Yes, I support this. I started as an urban planner, and for 30 years ago, I made a film called City Visions about good urban public places. And I have consistently supported this. I support it now. And in the race that I'm in, the other two candidates don't support transportation funding, and I do. And I served for 23 years as a member of the Metropolitan Planning Organization that supports transportation planning. And I'm currently on the streetcar board. I've previously been the chair of the MPO and a member of the Heartline board. I've always believed that we need a variety of planning choices. And my campaign is going to have bicycle license plates, too, as an indication of my support for bicycling, not only for fun, but as a form of transportation.
The county commission this year passed a tax cut for property owners while either cutting services or charging for the use of previously free facilities. What do you think of this, and do you have any ideas how to restore balance to the budget and return public facilities to the people?
It's tough. The county's going to have to cut about $80 million this year, and I don't envy them that. I think it's all about balance, as you said. I think that we should have sliding fee scales for people who can't afford facilities and waive fees for people who can't. I feel like I'd rather have sliding scales and keep the pools open and the rec centers open than say they're free and then not have them be open at all. I think that there's a way to move toward parity, and it's something that they're just beginning to explore. Pat Dean did not do a creative job of dealing with the budget cuts in the last year, and this year is probably going to be even more of a debacle. But we need to provide services for our citizens, and I'm particularly concerned about cutting social services, and then we end up spending more money on incarceration instead of recreation facilities, which just makes me crazy, which is one of the reasons why I want to run. The other thing is we have had a lack of balance between sports and arts and culture, and I want to bring that back into some sort of fair way of calibrating things. Anything else?
One last question.
Yes.
In the state of Florida, it's been fairly common over the years for developers to suggest building more houses in strip malls, what was previously either natural land or farmland, as the best way to grow the economy. What suggestions do you have to grow the economy?
Great question. Not more strip malls. No, what we need to do is be smart about how we grow. We need to build in the areas that are already developed. But to build our economy, I believe we should stress what I call the creative industries. We have all seen that smart cities throughout this country support economically startup creative businesses. And it's something that we're just beginning to do. There was a summit the other day on economic development in our community, and it was very poorly advertised. Many folks didn't know about it or show up. I was the only elected official. This is the kind of thing we have to do. Attract international business by letting people know we're our shingles out. We need to be smart about engaging the university, and particularly university graduates, so that you'll choose to stay here. And we need to make it an attractive place to live with a lot of choices in transportation, housing types and costs. You know, tree-lined streets for shade so you can ride your bike. My time is over. You get the drift. I very much appreciate your support. Thank you.
And we all really appreciate future Commissioner Saul-Sena for coming out. She was supposed to be in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, a volcano erupted, and so she came to here. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.